What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? Podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Tarnowski. With me, as always, is Matt Reed, the co-host with the mostest. And today we're welcoming back Brandon, Matt, Luke, and Dalton from the Maguas. Friends,
what's up?
What's going on, dude?
We're happy to be back.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So the very first thing I want to point out, and I just need to ask, okay? I'm starting to take this personally. It looks like, once again, Eric is avoiding us.
Yeah.
That's it.
What's with this? Did I do something wrong?
It must be.
It
It turns out Eric is a new papa. He's got a new baby at home, and he's a busy guy, you know? So it's hard to catch him.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
I have to ask,
Can't catch him at the right time.
is that
changing a diaper right now.
Yeah.
Pat though? Is he a new papa because he of Pat, that he saw Pat and was like, you know what?
That's exactly what happened. He's like, I need a child right now.
I do have a child rearing face.
That's it.
I got to be careful out in public.
One wrong look. Oh no.
Give him the magnum and boom. There's the baby. Who knew? But, starting out, last time you were on the show was way back in 2022 on our 32nd episode. Since then, you've released your latest album, Settled, and a Christmas reimagining of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. So, how's the response been on the new album? And how are the holidays for y'all?
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, I thought the response has been great so far. We hit a lot of milestones, which has been really cool. Like Glum recently reached 500,000 streams. I think it's only I'm the stats guy, so I love that stuff. I think it's only
Love stats.
20,000, a little under 20,000 away from hitting 1 million total streams on the record. So for us, I think that's a huge accomplishment, and that's only Spotify numbers. I don't even know what it is across the board, but it's been amazing, and we're very thankful to everybody who streamed it and shared it and been rocking out to it. We can't wait to get out and play it live and explore a little bit more on some new territories, some new states and stuff. And very, very excited for this new year. Holidays were great. Everything was good. I ate a lot of food. That's the holidays for me.
I had two questions back to back. Then
He didn't even flinch.
They're like, I got it.
One right after another.
Proud of you. What about the rest of y'all? How were your holidays?
Holidays were good, yeah. And we dropped the God Rest You Merry Gentlemen reimagined, and that was interesting because it was a bit of a departure from what we normally do doing a Christmas song. So
yeah,
I thought that was really cool and a cool response that we got from it. And I was really happy with how that turned out.
Yeah. I'm always a huge fan of, pop punk and emo Christmas stuff. That's my jam.
Yeah. We're going to have a sad Christmas, you know what I mean?
No better time to be upset, you know? The family's all together.
There's something about that, like, food. Be emo or be merry? I don't know.
Yeah,
something
that's
like
it. It'd be like be emo, merry? I don't know.
Yeah, be merry. Yeah,
about Christmas.
Yeah, mix them together, something. You figure it out on your own. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, you really can't go wrong because they're so happy usually. Like if you hear like a good pop punk Christmas song, really lifts the spirits.
It does,
right?
It does indeed.
And we try to do the opposite and take everyone's spirits down.
That's it.
You gotta,
it's a balance. It's a balance. Yeah,
exactly.
It's an eb and flow. Where everyone's bringing you up, we're gonna bring you down.
And it makes the happier ones hit harder when they come on.
It's true. When Blink-182 released like that first Christmas song they did, that I Won't Be Home for Christmas, and I was just like, this is the bar.
Right.
Like, this is how I want my Christmas songs to be from now on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
I do think I could very well be wrong, but I do think that was actually the first song Travis Barker was on, like recorded and was put out. It was on
really?
it was on
Shit.
like a I think it was on like the Damn It single, like
The
you could get it on
B-side?
CD.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
There was 3 songs, and now I don't remember exactly what the song was.
Mhm.
Josie. It was Josie.
Okay.
And it was Josie, something else, and then the Christmas song, and I was like, and that was like the first introduction to
Travis
Travis.
Barker.
Wow,
That's
Wow.
insane.
that's quite
An
believe-
introduction to a legend right there. Yeah.
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 It starts with
I
Christmas.
believe I could be very wrong. I could be, but he is on that cover of that EP or that single.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I prefer Blink 182's Mother's Day songs to their Christmas songs because that one, that Mother's
Yeah.
Day song is what I sing to my mother every single day. Every single mother, she wants it on Mother's Day every single year. The Blink 182 because me and my brothers joked about it for so much.
I love it.
Nice.
Do you all have any personal favorite tracks from your new album?
Ooh, great
From the new
question.
album. I mean, for me, I love Release Me. I love Too Close and Bad Times. Like those are the 3 that like I really vibe with right now. I think that they're kind of the range of our, I would even throw Forget Me Not in there, but like the range of our, our library of songs is you're going to have like some harder ones and some more fast paced hitting ones. And then you have like a Release Me that comes in and it's a little bit more powerful, a little bit more deliberate in the way that it's written. So I think that is the 3 that I would use to like span how I feel about the album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think for me,
Definitely.
it's so we re-released a few of the songs onto the album, but out of the new songs, I'd say "Forget Me Not's" probably my favorite. Just vibey. It's fun to play.
Definitely fun to
I'm all
play.
about the vibes.
I like Too Close. That's probably my personal favorite. I really like the lyrics in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it varies. Like on, I go through these spans of like, okay, I'm gonna jam this section, this section. I think right now I am kind of in that realm of those guys. Like I definitely fall on the Too Close vibe a lot. I just love the way that arrangement came together. And what's fun about that song is in the studio we changed a lot of the chorus, right? I mean, it's essentially for us.
The chorus was
we
rewritten.
sat.
Yeah.
The whole was essentially rewritten, and that was the first thing I think for us. We've never really had to do that in studio. Like typically we'll go in and have it kind of be ready to go, and we sat down and got to really like I guess brainstorm for like a good couple hours like together in a room and 4 in the morning, like a real like studio story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everybody sitting down
In the basement of the Gradwell house. Yeah.
Yeah.
No windows, nothing. You're just in a studio.
Just darkness. Just
Darkness.
Darkness.
Empty cases.
Jinx is sitting like against the wall, like cross-legged, like in a fetal position, trying to write this
That's
thing.
exactly how it's
No, but
Exactly.
we definitely like had to sit down and rework that course,
Yeah.
and I think that was something that we came away with like very proud of.
Yeah,
and
it
I
was
think
cool.
that those songs,
Yeah.
like those heavier songs that we have, the new ones, Bad Times and Too Close, they really were representative of like we want to take our sound a little bit further. Even we pushed it into a little bit more of a harder genre than we're used to, and then we took Forget Me Not, and it was a little bit lighter than it might be on the rest of the album. And I think that we were really deliberate in how eclectic our song range was on that on the album. We wanted to have a diverse set of what we believe the Maguas are. It's not just one singular genre. It's not just you're gonna get your sad boy, emo, Release Me, stuff like that. But you're also gonna get like an upbeat punk song or like a lighter Forget Me Not song. And I think that was really deliberate on our end.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, when I'm working on the like interviews and stuff like that and questions, I'm always going back and like listening through like the albums and stuff, and like maybe I'll get some inspiration for it. And I honestly think yesterday I listened to the album about 5 times through, and I was like, I forgot how fucking great this, because I'm always listening to shit like all the time. That's pretty much all I'm doing, and so I forget to go back and listen to like stuff more, and I'm like, why the fuck am I not listening to this album more?
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate
So much,
that.
Pat.
Absolutely, yeah. But I'm just always like always listening to. I think I sat at my computer today going through submissions for like 3 hours, listening to just song after song, and and then once it's time for me in my personal car, now I have to go listen to like some metal or something.
There you go.
Change it up a little bit,
You
right?
got to change the palette. Yeah.
Because it just, it's a lot,
Yeah,
You gotta
definitely.
switch it up, you gotta get your silly
For
goose
sure.
in there, and
Yeah.
lots of
For
I
sure.
But yeah, no, it's a great album. Everybody, that hasn't listened to it, you're missing out. Gotta go listen to it. It's
Thank you.
fantastic
Thank
from
you.
start to finish.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, talking about the new year and everything like that. Last year, though, you had the chance to play some pretty awesome shows with some great bands like Emo Powerhouse, Spill Canvas, Driveways, Until I Wake, Mest, and more. Like, with that being
It's
said,
crazy.
like, how has the last year and a half been for y'all? What are some of some of your most memorable moments?
I mean, for me, it was playing with Tiny Moving Parts.
Oh, that was
we got to play
killer.
with Tiny Moving Parts, and they're very sweet dudes. It was very cool to meet them because I saw them on tour with the Wonder Years, and I thought that I fell in love with them. I was like, this band is really good.
Yeah,
and so getting to open up with them and getting to open up for them and play a show with them was a really, really cool experience for me. And then I'm out in the crowd like a fan, like I just didn't play 20 minutes ago. And I think that's a really cool experience to have, and that's something that we've experienced more over the past couple months than I think we have in our entire lives.
And they were the sweetest guys. Like they were, like they watched our entire,
awesome.
like they talked to us after our set, and like after their set, they came off stage and oh my god, their singer, I don't know his name, like I honestly can't recall. He was the sweatiest guy I've ever seen after the stage, but he was ripping it. He was going all in, like incredible.
What he does up on stage is freaking mind blowing.
Yeah.
I don't know how he sings and plays those licks at the same time. It's fucking ridiculous. The guy's brain works on a different wavelength. But like they were really, really, really awesome. Awesome dudes too.
My brain can't even process how to do that without moving.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Oh,
they were awesome. I mean, God, I think the last time we were on here, it was probably before we even went on our whole East Coast tour. That was summer of 2022. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool.
But we did that. We've been to Chicago. Yeah, like you said, we opened up for so many bands this year. But it was awesome getting to link up with their boys in Driveways.
Yeah.
That was probably the most recent highlight for me.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are dope.
Yeah, and that was an eye-opening experience, seeing how many people they can bring into a crowd and the emotions that they put into it, and they're gonna be a huge band. They're awesome dudes. They're incredible, and those shows were some of my favorite. Like every single one of them were packed from Boston all the way down to Scranton, and it was just it was a blast. It was definitely
crazy.
A blast.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any?
I was just gonna say Brandon's car caught on fire. That was pretty.
Oh yeah,
that was that's not a cool moment, but it was something that happened.
It did happen.
Yeah, very memorable.
Yeah,
that was funny.
That was very.
I mean, in a bad way, but funny.
It was what I'll tell you a quick story. So, we were driving to a gig in Oneonta, New York, and we had to take two cars at the time because we didn't have a big enough vehicle, whatever. So my car had all the gear in it, everything, and Jenks, and then I think Eric or Dawn, or maybe I forget who was driving the other car, but they were driving up.
Luke was driving.
My car had been having issues. I had a radiator leak. I knew there was an issue, but I was like, whatever. And we've been going to gigs, and this has been for months. Like for months, we've been doing this. I've just been filling it with coolant, driving, pulling over, filling it with coolant, keep going. So whatever. So we're driving to New York, and we're right at the border of Pennsylvania and New York, and I'm looking. It's dark out. Whatever. I'm talking to Jenks in the car, and I'm like, "Hey, man, are you cold?" And he's like, "Oh, no, not really." I'm like, putting the window down, putting it up. I'm like, I don't know. I keep seeing my breath in here. It's so weird. He's like, yeah, it is weird. I turn the light on, and next thing I look over at Jenks, and he's just gone, just completely covered in smoke. And we're like a mile off the exit. We start taking the exit. I'm like holding Jenks' hand, like, brother, I'm like, if you see flames, you gotta jump.
Yeah,
we just gotta jump out the car.
was
I'm like,
I fucking love you, man.
I love you, man.
It was like really like the longest like 2 minutes ever. Like
Yeah,
it was fucking crazy.
A mile-long ramp, off-ramp, with a stoplight at the bottom. I'm looking like, Jenks, I gotta run the light, brother. I gotta do it. I'm going. I go, whatever happens, like just know I'm like, just whatever you gotta do. I love you. And we come down, and I don't even have steering. Everything's
We're
gone.
just like,
Things are cooking. Jake's
power
we're
steering's
cranking. We
gone.
literally run the light. We basically get into a parking lot of a gas station, and Jenks and I get out, and we're ripping gear out, smoke everywhere. People are watching us.
Yep.
About another, we called the band after, about a half hour, and I'm like, hey guys, we're not making it to the gig. I was actually in shock. I was
the funniest thing was you guys calling us, because we're just driving along, having a good old time, singing some music, relaxing. All of a sudden Eric gets a call, and he's like, oh, okay. All right. Hangs up, and I'm like, what's going on? He's like, Brandon's car's on fire. We got to turn around. I was like, what the
hell? Well, it was so crazy because we rip into this gas station, and I'm like one-manning our caster cases because I thought the whole car was going to just, erect into flames. Yeah. It was smoking like crazy. We didn't know if it was on fire or not. Right. People are running over like, yo, shit, man. Wow, that was crazy. And I'm like, yeah, my hand is just bleeding because I'm just ripping stuff out. But I go into the gas station. Like, there's this, I don't know how old she'd be. Maybe like upper teens, lower 20s, like girl working the register. And she just looks miserable. And I'm just like, hey, car's on fire. I just wanted to let you know. She's like, yep. Cool.
That's it.
I'm like, can I use your bathroom? My hand's bleeding. She's like, I guess.
no care.
She's like, whatever. I could have been done.
But yeah, after a while, once the band got there, we popped the hood eventually, and everything's melted, everything's cooked. And that was that. So now we drive an F-150. So if you see the Maguas coming to town, it's gonna be
an F-150, brother.
It's a bunch of dudes in F-150 hauling some gear.
Dude, we actually invested our entire next year budget into belt buckles.
That's it.
Belt buckles and leather boots and 10-gallon hats. We're going country. The alternative.
The alternative.
Yep.
You heard it here first.
That's our 2024 future goals.
If you thought the Christmas song was good, wait till you hear our country album.
I remember like in the last van we had, we just had like a couch in the back, and it was like, terrifying because, anything goes wrong, you're dead.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
We had a Sprinter van, so everything was in the van, and then just a few of us in the back, chilling on a couch,
buried behind it.
So it's like, all of this will crush us.
Yeah. How it goes, Yeah. That's the tour life, baby.
The risk we take.
That's it.
Being in a band, it's a dangerous life.
Oh yeah.
It really is.
It's exciting
life though.
What's that, Matt?
That was pre F-150 life. It's not
F-150 life. It's not going to be like that. Now we roll up in style.
That's it. We're burning gas.
Nothing stopping
You can't even
us.
reach the cabin. You're not tall enough. No one's getting us.
The only thing stopping you on tour is gas prices.
That's it.
That same gas station cashier is going to get you in a different way this time.
That's it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You come full circle. Yeah.
$5 a gallon for you guys.
Triple the price. Yeah. $10 a gallon. Get out of here.
Pay it or get out.
Yeah.
You all also signed with CI Records. How did you get started working with them?
Yeah, great question. I think I forget the actual year. I guess it was 2022. I believe is when we started talking about them.
I'd say 2022.
So we had played Launch Music Conference in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and that was our first, I guess, introduction to CI. It's to CI. They also have a production company. They book a lot of shows and things like that. And a couple months down the road, I believe it was, we had reached out about a show at HMAC, Harrisburg Midtown Arts Center, and at the time, Jeremy Weiss was doing booking there, and he's the head of CI Records, and he came back with another show to open for, at the time they're known as Slaves, but now they're Rain City Drive is the name of the band. The artist formerly known as Slaves. Yeah, and he threw that, he said, hey, like, let's do this show, and that was our first like working with them, and from there conversations started happening about, he saw us live, loved the way we were live, he saw us at launch, loved the way we were at launch, and then as things started to progress, we started to realize there could be a little bit more there, a little bit more relationship, and we got into discussion for about a good year with the record label and deciding how we want to go about that, and we landed here, and we've been very fortunate to have such a great relationship with them. And I know that the rest of the guys can really talk about their individual relationships, because it is one of those things where I feel that the band works really well with them, but we also have our own relationships with them. And I feel that they're all in good standing. It's a really nice place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely are they're kind of like mentors in a way, because they help you with all the stuff that I know Luke said this a couple times, but the business side of being in a band that you're just not, normally used to. And then also they help you with avenues of stuff that you didn't even know was available to you beforehand. And, they're just sweet guys that, are ready to help you in any way. And they're always ready to hop on a phone call. Jeremy's like a vampire though, so you have to get him at 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
but other than that, they're
late night man.
They've just been fantastic to work with, and they really realize the goals that we aspire to achieve as a band, and they really know how to get us on the right track to achieve those goals. It's not like the work stops when you get signed to a label, but the work starts, and they're a good partner to have in that battle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you kind of already started answering this question, but so this one of the things that I was thinking of in regards to your signing with CI Records was, and this is for musicians listening or just listeners interested in learning about what goes on behind the scenes of being in a band and shit like that. But what would you say are some of the differences between being a completely independent artist compared to working with a team and a label?
Sorry. I guess I'll start with just quick for my side. Depending on the label, and I think it's different for everybody. What I really enjoy working with CI, I was for a good portion of the starting of our band, the business of our band was I worked a lot on the social media side and a lot of the plan and prep for release schedules and things like that. And joining with CI, I feel like we've gotten that kind of brain to bounce off of, be like, oh, here's what we're thinking, here's our plan for the year, here's where we're at, and they'd say, okay, here's what we think would work, and here's what we have, we have the experience, maybe we do a different route, or they, like Dalton said or Luke said, maybe they bounce a new idea that we never even thought of. That's kind of the first part for me, was having a team to kind of help guide us in terms of what's worthwhile, if that makes sense. What are we going to spend money on? What are we going to spend money on? What's worth it currently in this moment? Because when you start a band, you have all these lofty goals, and of course you want to do everything you can to get there. But there's steps to this, and those steps, I think sometimes it helps to have someone who's more mature in the industry, who has more experience, who can kind of help you with that. And I know
it's kind of like getting dropped. When you're an independent band, you're getting dropped into an ocean and you're saying swim to the mainland, and then having a label like CI that you work so well with is like dropping a lane down and saying, okay, swim this direction and you'll make it. And that's really a kind of weird metaphor of to say that they're just a guidance, a guiding force, and they have the resources to help us out, but they also have the knowledge to help us out. And that's almost just as valuable, if not more valuable, than any of the resources they put behind you. And as an independent band, you're kind of doing it all on your own. You have the freedom to make mistakes and stuff like that, but as a signed band, you have much more focus. And I think that's really where the the label comes in handy, is that focus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really think you can't like understate the logistics of it too,
Mhm.
because when you're in a band and you're wanting to produce something, right, and you say like, oh, we're gonna get some like sick T-shirts, well then you have to start somewhere, so you have to start researching, well, like, who do we want to make the T-shirts? We're gonna get the T-shirts printed, all that kind of stuff, and like the cost, and how are we gonna mail them ourselves, or do we have like a distribution service and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of working with CI has streamlined that, because it's no longer like, where do we get this from? They're like, well, we have a guy that you could go to if you want this, and it's like, and where do we print this? It's like, well, we could print them, and it's a lot of stuff like that. Or even like, we always wanted to make a vinyl record, and they had connections to get that done for us. Like, we didn't have to spend a lot of time sitting around figuring out how we're going to do it, which allows like us as artists to focus on the actual like tangible parts of the band, which is
creative
really
parts.
nice. Yeah.
Exactly.
Heck yeah.
So last time we did dig deep, and we some personal questions from you guys. We got to dig a little deeper this time, see if we could figure out something else.
Excellent.
We're crushing it in the Maguas. Y'all were crushing it at Valley View High School, with Eric, Matt, Dalton, and Luke being on the honor roll with high honors, and Brandon, you were a Valley View High School Presidential Fitness Award winner.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh, were you really? I didn't know that.
I was.
Cherishes that
Won the
accolade, actually.
presidential.
He
Wow.
brings it up
God.
all the time. He won't stop.
Tell us about
Wow.
those early days. Do you all know each other? Were you friends in bands together back then?
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, we
yeah.
were friends throughout all of high school. I mean, me, Matt, Luke, and Eric had been jamming and other stuff, and Brandon came along later. But yeah, Brandon and
It's
his
still on
presidential
Bandcamp.
award. Yeah, we did have
Yeah,
we
you guys
had
wanna jam
we had a couple different iterations of projects that we did. One was called Fractured Feedback, and we did a lot of like old school covers and stuff like that. And then we had, at the end of high school, we had a band called Thousands Have Spoken. You can
Phenomenal
look it up on Bandcamp.
Yes.
The only person to ever comment on one of our songs is Brandon Husson, who
I
commented,
love
"This
Fractured
song is
Feedback."
great." And I was like,
Yeah.
that was it. That was the only person to ever say anything about our band in high school. And then
Thousands Have Spoken had bangers.
There was
Oh, yeah.
one guy on Facebook though, and I forget his name. Shout out, you got Ron Martin,
Ron
maybe?
Martin.
Yeah,
Shout out Ron Martin. He
He
was like, yeah, he wanted us to play a show at some kind of like crazy warehouse. But we were like, whoa, I don't know.
we were 17 years
Sketchy
old and like,
guy.
I don't know, this is weird.
I don't know.
Maybe we'll just go to college instead.
I mean, yeah.
Dude, I feel that so hard, because when I was in like, it was right out of high school, I think I was 18. I played a show with my band at this condemned high school. It was fucking terrifying. So like,
imagine.
Dude, that's wild.
it was what was it called? I can't remember what it was called, but it had like a music venue name. And it was something like Music Hall. And then we got there, and it was a school, and we were like, they're like, hey, let's take you for the tour, man. And we're walking around, we're like, these are the bedrooms, this is where we sleep.
Like, wait,
a bunch of people that lived in this condemned
No.
In the school.
No.
and and like, we're walking, and like one of us turned and like looked down these stairs, and he's like, oh, that's just the boiler room. But there was a bunch of fucking weird, scary mannequins down there. They're like, yeah, the mannequins, that was for a Halloween party we had. And
Oh my
we're like,
god.
fucking terrified. And then I remember they brought us up to like the top floor, and in one of the rooms was a fucking like a little like pea shooter rifle type thing, and a mason jar of bullets, and
Nice.
like just sitting at a window.
Nice.
And we're like,
Keep intruders away.
Yeah.
Kill the rodents.
Well, it's worse. It's way worse. So we're like, what the fuck's that all about? And they're like, oh, well, the neighbor guy's got this like dog that barks a lot really irritates us, so I just take pot shots at it.
Oh, jeez.
That's so
What the hell?
And yeah,
up.
so it was us and this other band, and we played for just these people
Jeez.
in the gym auditorium.
Oh man.
And yeah, and then they were asked us to like spend the night, and we're like, nah, dude.
Oh, wow.
It's called the Showcase Music Hall. The
Showcase Music Hall.
Jeez.
You heard it here first.
Brandon,
people.
get rid of that email from Showcase Music Hall.
Go back.
Maybe it's nice now. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we did it.
It's not condemned
I want
anymore.
to sleep over in one of the rooms.
Oh,
100
man.
100 people population.
Oh,
Good
little
show.
town in Minnesota. It was in-
hell of a turnout.
It was in Finlayson, Minnesota.
Wow.
An hour
So
away
great.
from us, and
Wow.
yeah, it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
I'll never.
we're here for
forget
those shows.
I feel like
I'll
if you're a musician long enough, everyone has a show like that. You're like,
Yeah.
this is sketchy as hell.
Like,
What the
I don't
hell
know
is this? Yeah.
Had our fair share.
Oh, yeah.
For
yeah.
sure.
I've had so many weird ass stories, and I mean we're in St. Cloud, Minnesota, and like we're unloading from the show. It was like at 2 a.m. because it was a bar, and we're unloading during a gang fight, and we're like walking through the gang fight.
Oh god, pardon me.
Yeah.
Sucked, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's how it goes, man.
Yeah.
It was fun, and then the band didn't start, so that was good too.
Classic.
Just stuck here.
But on that note, we're gonna end off with our classic question before we go to a quick break. But we got one question before, and that is, if you could give our listeners a piece of advice that you know now that you wish you knew when you were first starting your journey, what would it be?
Mine would be invest in in-ear monitors.
Yeah.
Protect your ears. It is a lot cheaper to have an in-ear system than it is to pay for surgery to get your hearing. So that's my advice.
Yeah.
Fair.
So
There.
I would say definitely for me is like get out there and find someone who's willing to help you produce your music. If you're being serious about, your original music, find a producer that you vibe with, that you like. Because I feel like when we got with Nick Brzesi, Man Overboard, that was like one of the biggest eye-opening experiences that we had at the start of our band, of like someone else coming from the outside and giving us advice and giving us, that reassurance that what we're doing is, the right thing to do. And I think that that's a very valuable thing, especially even if you're just creating music and you don't have any aspirations to go beyond that. Your creations will be so much better with someone who's not in the band, having an idea and throwing things out here or there. So that would be mine.
Definitely.
I think mine would be, don't underestimate like the level of gigs you get. I feel like when we first started as a band, I was very much of the mindset like, oh, a lot of artists just write this thing that blows up on something online, and then it's like, oh, you're famous overnight. So it's kind of like, just a crapshoot. But over the course of being in the band and playing these shows and building slowly and all that kind of stuff, I've actively seen like increase in fan interaction and increase in streams and all that stuff directly from the work that we're doing by touring and stuff like that. So a lot of times you get into mindsets where it's like, this isn't worth it, like this show, like why make this drive for this, and like that kind of mindset. But I would definitely caution against that.
Right.
yeah, and mine's kind of goes hand in hand with Luke's, but it's kind of towards the other end, because I'm still trying to get better at it myself, especially going into 2024. Is also focus on making content. Content is key, and that's the new music industry. But yeah, obviously the gigs are fantastic. They're a sure way to find fans and meet people and practice your craft and have fun. Come on, we're musicians. But I really do think that, and I'm trying to better, I wouldn't say I'm like a content kind of guy, but I'm trying to get better at it myself. So I'd say focus on content too.
Totally. They all work hand in hand, like if you if you're not going out and playing shows and having those like I mean, the opportunity to be vulnerable and intimate with a crowd, you know, and talking to them face to face and seeing them at your merch table or just out in the crowd, like they're only getting what they see on screen then. And that's, I mean, it's not super realistic, and you don't have the opportunity to get as far, I don't think, without it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
And protect your ears, kids.
Yeah, and protect your ears.
Totally. I mean, you don't want to be an old person like me with ringing in your ears.
That's it.
I have it too, brother.
It never goes away.
You're always just like, what was that? Nope. That's just me.
It's gonna happen, but you can delay it at least a couple years.
Yeah. Help yourself out a little bit.
Absolutely. Awesome. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our next segment.
How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? My hands going crazy. We'd like to take a second to thank this week's sponsor, Diazable Apparel. Now, Diazable Apparel is an apparel brand based out of San Antonio, Texas, and Seoul, South Korea. Diazable makes some rad clothing though. And if you're like me and 90% of your wardrobe is black band tees or a black shirt that shows off how funny and awesome you are, then they got you covered. I mean, how can you go wrong with the pizza themed shirt that says, "It ain't easy being cheesy"? That's just rad as hell. They make products with you in mind. If there are designs that you'd like to see, let them know. They'll listen. And most importantly, they want to support you to do the things that you love. No matter where you are in life, take that first step. The rest will come together when it needs to. That first step is always the hardest. Visit them at www.diazable.com. Pick something up, show your support. Also, give them a follow on Instagram to stay up to date on new items and events at Diazable Design. That's DIAZABLEDESIGN. Thank you so much again to Diazable Apparel for sponsoring this episode. Now, let's get into it, see what Goalkeeper's up to. I hate to break it to you, but looks matter. Now, not in the way you think I mean it, but when it comes to logos and shirt designs, you don't want your logo to look bad. Whether you run a business or play in a band, design is quite probably not your thing. And that's okay, because luckily, at Shed and Shred Studios, design is all they do. With almost a decade of experience, Shed and Shred Studios is dedicated to working directly with clients to create the best visual products in the industry, tailored to optimize recognition of your name amongst competitors in your specific market space. If you're in need of logos, visual branding, shirt graphics, or marketing material, Shed and Shred Studios has got you covered. So visit Shed Shred MD for more info. Once again, that is SHEDSHREDMD.com for more info. And hey, while you're there, use code GET10 for 10% off at checkout when buying pre-made designs and merch from their web store. We'd like to take a second to thank this week's sponsor, Null Void Apparel. Null Void is an artwear brand based out of upstate New York and focuses on the absurdity of human existence in a commodified world. They use pop culture, music, sarcasm, and dark humor to bring forth surrealist concepts with a message: to be anti-evil and pro-humanity. Their goal is to always make accessible clothing with sustainable materials and processes and have fun doing it. They're the court jesters of counterculture. They're here to make you laugh, think, and to be a little weirded out in the process. So go to www.nullvoidapparel.com and embrace the absurdity. Thank you again, Null Void Apparel, for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. Let's get back to the show.
Welcome back. I missed you.
We missed you too.
It's been a little bit.
We missed you.
That 30 seconds to a minute. It was a long time.
We've aged, actually.
Yeah. Time has passed.
Dramatically.
But it's time. It's time you've been waiting for. It's time to talk about food, because with food we die.
Mm-hmm.
And we only want the death of emotions here, not the death of us.
That's nice,
Yes,
Matt.
sir.
Well
So,
said.
Matt, I'll do this first one just because like
This is very personal.
you got the other deep dive type one. So it's like so last like we just asked you a question, a deep dive type question. We last episode we hit you with some super deeply obscure personal questions. So this time we're going to do the same thing, but food related.
Mm-hmm.
So on that, what is a food item or drink that you're a little ashamed to admit that you really love? So like, as an example, my mom used to make her version of shit on a shingle,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounds awful. And it kind of is awful. It's like a thick white, thick gravy substance with peas and ground beef on top of toast. It's gross, but I love
it's
it.
great.
Mhm.
Talk about chip
Mhm.
beef.
Yeah.
That's served to
amazing.
diners across
Yeah.
America.
What do you
Oh,
all?
boy.
I have a bunch. I'm ashamed of a lot of things.
You about to hear some Scrapple?
Oh, I love
Scrapple's
Scrapple.
great, too.
Scrapple's fantastic.
Yeah.
No hate on Scrapple. I'm not ashamed of that even one bit. I'll wave the Scrapple flag for the rest of my life.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, if we're going like gross, I mean, I'm not even ashamed of half the gross things I've eaten, but I don't know. I guess I'm a little ashamed of my high school habit where I would eat dinner before dinner because I was so hungry. So I'd have a pre-dinner, and I was just lazy. So I'd boil a pound of pasta and then pour the water out and just like cover it in soy sauce and rip the heat, and it would just turn into like whatever the hell that was. I'd eat a pound of pasta before I ate dinner. So that was one. Also,
you just
spread.
unlocked a few different gross memories for me. So
Happy to do it. Happy to do it.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, Dalt, do you have any?
I don't think I'm really ashamed of anything that I eat. I like a lot of the stuff. Scrapple being one of them. I don't want to hear anything bad about Scrapple.
What is Scrapple? What is
Scrapple? Is like the rest
It's all
of
the
the
pieces
pig
of the pig
that
that
they
you
don't
can't like
use.
commercially sell well.
So they just throw all that together and then they fry it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And it's
some
like-
noses,
it's like-
some ears.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a sausage hash brown, is
It
what
does.
it looks like.
Yep.
And it is so fantastic. I will not hear anything about that.
Yeah, I had head cheese. That's great too.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
What?
That sounds kind of gross.
Most of the
Yeah,
stuff
I
that
mean-
I regret eating is stuff that Luke gives me. He goes, "Hey, try this. Here you go." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Sure,
come
yeah,
on.
whatever."
That's
And then I'm like,
ridiculous.
"Oh God,
Don't
what
say you
the
regret
hell?"
my food.
I don't.
That's crazy.
I don't regret most of the food you give me, but some of it I have regretted in my life. That's for
Unbelievable.
sure.
You should be talking about your penchant for mayo. You could eat that with a
I
spoon.
do. I
That's
love
regrettable.
mayo. That is
Mayo
okay.
guy.
Maybe that is a shameful thing. I am
Mayo
a
with
big mayo
bananas,
fan.
dude? Mayo with
I
bananas?
no, I don't. I haven't gotten into
Oh.
mayo and fruit, but
Just
like
telling you.
I'm one of those. I'm basically like I'm from the UK. Like I'll dip fries in mayo and stuff like
Mm.
that.
Mm.
I
I
love
like
it.
a good mayo ketchup combination.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
not bad either. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's not terrible. But I
Mhm.
could just go with the straight mayo. Honestly, I love that stuff so much.
Yeah.
So maybe that is my only shameful thing.
Yeah. You
I'm
know,
like Dalton. I don't have too much shame either, but I'm the vegan bastard of the group. I'm that guy. So I guess what I did interesting last year. This is kind of an interesting food tale of mine. Is I decided that I was going to eat only potatoes for an entire month, and I did it. I ate only fucking potatoes for a whole month, and yeah, it's like my staple is potatoes and hot sauce. That's kind of like my go-to meal. Kind of
HSP.
unusual. And we call it, the band came up with the acronym HSP, hot sauce potatoes.
that's
Well,
it.
So that's what I'm doing up here.
What? I mean, how are you doing? You're not eating it like a fucking apple, right? Like
I'm cooking it.
Just
Like hot sauce is fucking.
Oh yeah,
All he needs is a microwave. He's good.
Just microwave, and I'm civilized. I use forks and knives. I chop them up. Get my red hot. Red hot's delicious.
He takes it in like a
sriracha.
bowl.
We're doing I'll do like some tomato sauces. We'll do I've done gnocchis with potatoes. I've done a lot of crazy things. Potato soup. That's all
I'm just remembering Forrest Gump scene talking about shrimp.
Yeah, basically that's Jinx.
That's basically it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so good. They're so good. But
If you go over to Jinx' house, you'll see like a big whole bowl of just red. It looks like a massacred potato. So you just like he'll throw like 7 potatoes in the microwave, come out, smash them up, and then just douse it in like a whole bottle of hot sauce. It's insane.
That's what I did
today. I mean,
that's
listen.
what he brings to the
you know what I did today was
that's now a Maguas delicacy.
Today I did exactly what Dalton described, except I also got an avocado and I threw that in the bowl too and mashed that in, and
nice.
It was freaking scrumptious.
Wow.
Hot sauce, potato, avocado.
Yep.
Interesting.
With some carrots.
It's a delicacy.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Wow.
I'm curious to hear Brandon's answer because I know that like when you like break your diet, you go ham. So you definitely get some weird shit.
Yeah. I'll say a couple stories. So like I'm a huge sweet tooth, right? So I'll start with
that's true.
During the Lent season, I gave up chocolate one year, and this was like prime time, college track, all that jazz. I gave up sweets. It was like my first time doing it in a long time. And I got to such a point where I was so desperate for it, I ate an entire jar of jelly because I gave it. I was like, I can't have chocolate, but I was like, I'm that bad with sweets.
That's what we're here for.
That's it. That's how you know. And I guess one of I mentioned obviously mayo and bananas. That's something that my grandfather ate, and that's something I also find to be quite delicious. But yeah, I do. Give it a shot. I don't know. It's not for everybody for sure, but
so I know that like the 70s, it was like a common type meal was like bananas and ham and what's that fucking shit that's on like Eggs Benedict?
Hollandaise sauce?
Hollandaise sauce.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't alive.
I'm intrigued.
But
It's like right after they stopped encasing everything in Jello. So
they did that a lot as well.
Something that I'd say an ashamed, not I guess a little shame, but like I'll still do it. Peanut butter and tuna fish is another one.
I know so many people that do that, and that sounds awful. Just put mayo in it.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's got to be like a Northeast Pennsylvania sort of thing because I know so many people that do that, and it sounds awful. Put mayo in the tuna fish.
There's mayo too.
You put mayo too?
And peanut butter.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh dear God!
Actually, I was actually closer to being with you without the mayo edition. I'm like, all right, you're like starting to get into like Vietnam,
it's good,
sort of like Vietnamese food.
And then I guess my most recent endeavor was sausage gravy with chocolate chips. Now that's sweet and savory. Now, you can't. It's got to be. It's a delicacy though. You take the sausage gravy, a little biscuit, you eat it, you put it in there, and then you throw the cold, maybe frozen chocolate chips in because you can't mix them because it'll melt and that's just gross. But when it's separated and you get the hot and the cold,
that's gross.
It's an experience.
I'm telling you,
it sounds wrong, but it is delicious.
Brandon, you are hurting my tum tum.
And that's the last time we have this segment.
You make those like cursed food TikToks. You're not even a step away. You're there.
Yeah, that's it.
There's a TikTok series for you guys. Brandon makes what he likes to eat, and you all have to eat it.
Oh, I
won't do it. I'll throw up.
Yeah, that's.
I have a
we did that once.
That's true. That is what people want to see, but I don't know if I'm ready for that. Oh God.
We had a teacher in middle school. Do you guys remember we made him the Dirty Nasty?
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty wild.
That was crazy.
We took like it was a sandwich from the lunchroom, and then just whatever anyone had in their lunches, they just like threw on it. There was
Dirty
like
nasty.
Gatorade on there. There
Yeah,
was
they,
like
yeah,
yogurt.
they were getting blue Gatorade.
Blue
Oh.
Gatorade, yeah. There was
This-
yogurt on there. It was like a ham sandwich to start, and it was already like a middle school ham sandwich. So
Oh yeah.
it's not. We're not talking about like French delicacy here. So it was pretty gross. The dude ate it.
He ate the
most
whole
of it.
thing.
I don't think he ate the whole. He ate most of it for sure.
Most of it.
And he was like, "It's not that bad." I was like, "That's nasty.
was-
That's so
Yep.
gross."
It was
Yeah.
terrifying.
So when Luke was like started, saying his, shameful food, it unlocked a high school memory, because high school is when you really will dive deep into just the fucking grossest
Whatever
shit.
you can.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're
But there's
Brandon, then
one
it
thing.
has to be.
There's
Never grow out of it.
Never stop.
yeah, there's one thing I remember that like I didn't mix anything together, but I completely I kind of went with Matt on this. It was kind of just throwing shit in the microwave. That's not really how you should do it.
Mhm.
I used to like eat this all the time. I would get that can of corned beef hash that you're supposed
Oh, I
to
love
fry
hash.
up,
Yeah.
but I would just put it in the microwave.
Does
Yeah,
it pop everywhere?
It looks like cat food.
It smells like dog food.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh.
But I haven't eaten that in like 30 years probably at this point.
Oh, come on.
You change that.
Yeah, we'll change
I'm gonna
that.
change it.
up.
Twenty
Well,
twenty
Well,
four.
some
20
crunchy.
back.
20 years. 20 years.
Our
I'm not
next time on, we'll all buy a can and we'll just heat it up
Well,
in the microwave. We
no.
can all eat it.
Yes. Yes.
that will be the whole food for thought segment.
That's it.
You'll definitely see me puke on that one.
We'll
Oh.
just eat and talk about it.
Just like, what do you guys think?
Think of this consistency.
Ugh.
It's,
man.
I can't imagine it's gonna be very good.
No tuna and peanut butter. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're getting the
Now
mayo
that's a
there.
delicacy.
Tuna mayo and peanut
Tuna
butter.
mayo,
God
peanut butter.
damn.
I'm also down for all of it, like everybody picking one of their shameful things, and that's what the segment is. Just us
That's
for the whole episode.
Oh,
That's fine. The whole episode. Yeah.
All right,
Oh god.
let's get to the next food question.
Fair enough.
Boy.
You are tasked with creating the Maguas frozen dinner that will be served across the country in every grocery store in the land. What's going into the frozen dinner, and any thoughts on the packaging?
Well, it's definitely
Oh,
hot
this
sauce
is great.
potatoes is part of the meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Hot
Yeah,
sauce-
side.
Yeah.
A little
That's-
microwaved potato.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe for dessert you can have a little,
Gravy.
chocolate gravy.
There
Yeah,
it is.
chocolate sausage gravy. Yeah, okay. It's like one of the like the Lunchable thing with the different compartments. We're building
Yeah,
it here.
yeah,
So,
we're
Yeah.
what do we got? What's our main thing though? Like we need to have like a main. Maybe one
The
of Luke's
main-
Italian
Italian
hoagies.
hoagies, yeah.
Yo, Italian stir fry.
Italian.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we used to do these things called Carlisle sessions, where we would go to Eric's house in Carlisle, and we would just get hammered all weekend and write songs.
Mhm.
And at like 3 o'clock in the morning, Luke's like, "I'm gonna make food. I'm gonna do it." So he just goes and raids Eric's fridge for whatever he had. He had like chorizo and like old rice and whatever the hell it was, and he just made up this stir fry and just like served it out to all of us. And we're drunk at 4 o'clock in the morning, just scooping it into our face. That's the main. Yeah, I think that has to be
Yeah,
the main.
yeah, Italian fried rice. It was like a chopped basket. I'm like, Eric, do you like not buy food? Like there's like nothing in there. He had like rice, one sausage, and then just like spices. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It was tasty
It
though.
was good.
How's it going in there? Yes, chef.
Oh
But
yeah,
no,
that's gonna be our Maguas thing. The packaging. I don't know. That's one. That's more Luke and Brandon style.
could
They're
bring-
more the visually creative
Yeah.
people.
I mean, given what we came up with, probably a skull and crossbones.
Do not eat.
Yeah.
You know what? But that might be good packaging. You tell someone
Yeah,
not
you
to
make
eat
it a
something,
challenge
they're
like
gonna eat it.
everything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
And then you just say like, someone died from this, and people are like, well, now I have to try it.
I gotta
I
try
think-
it.
Maybe bring back the armadillo.
Oh yeah,
Perhaps.
the armadillo eating Chinese food. That was our first logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
There you
Bring
go.
that back.
That's it.
That's
I
it.
like that.
This has been in plans for years.
Yeah,
Now's the time.
we're actually a
Yes.
food company disguising ourselves as a band.
That's
Now's
it.
the time. Now's the time.
My favorite part about it is that the gravy is not part of the potatoes at all. It's just
It's by itself.
That's a dessert.
That's by itself. Yeah, no.
Which will be frozen.
Yeah.
It's like in one of those packages that you gotta take out before you put it in the microwave. You know what I mean? Oh.
Hell yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm not buying that. I'll buy it.
What do you mean you're not buying it? That's unbelievable.
This guy.
You just gotta start branding it like Liquid Death type stuff, you know, like
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
skull and crossbones, or
well-
like the armadillo.
That's it.
Yeah.
You make
Yes.
sure everything else is on the up and up. You're like, this is sustainably sourced. It's ethical. It's made out of totally recycled cardboard,
Yeah.
like everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how you sell it. It's
That's
not
where
about
you
the
suck
food.
our
At
money
that.
right
Yeah.
now.
Not about the
50% of proceeds go to animal shelters.
That's
like,
it.
buy this, please.
recycled out of Eric's refrigerator.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Perfect.
All right, we got one last food for thought question. That is another complicated one because that's how we're going this time. What is your ultimate? So you can all choose what you want, but what is your ultimate fast food combination? You know, pairing any and all places. For example, you have fries from McDonald's, Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell. What's your ultimate fast food dinner?
Okay. I think I have the right answer here, which is
The right answer. Totally subjective question. I think I got the right one.
and this is going to be a calorie dense meal because I don't think you can like stop at like one little thing here. So you're going to go with the Bacon King from Burger King, just the sandwich. Then you got to get a 10-piece nug from McDonald's with honey mustard. And then we're going to do the grilled cheese burrito from Taco Bell
Wow,
and
dense.
waffle fries from Chick-fil-A.
Uh-huh.
There you go. There's your meal for the whole day. That's it.
Mhm. Yeah,
Maybe
I would-
some Polynesian sauce to dip the fries in.
See, I definitely agree with the waffle fries. I think that's the king for me. I think fast food burger wise, I would have to go with. Oh man, that's tough. I'm gonna go with just your classic Wendy's burger because I think that are my favorite. So I'm gonna do Wendy's, maybe a Baconator, maybe that new Baconator with the pretzel roll. That seems pretty good. So then you have the waffle fries. That's what I had. You know, so I got the waffle fries, I got the burger. I think you need the chicken fries from Burger King, and then you need the. So I've never had Taco Bell, which is a hot topic, and we can get into that. But or we can just end the podcast here.
Yes.
All right, shut her down.
That's it. I agree with Don. The chicken. Oh man, I don't know Chick-fil-A nuggets though.
Chick-fil-A nuggets are top notch, but the
Yeah.
waffle fries are where it's at.
Waffle fries are pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Let me just ask here. What are we doing for the dessert, guys? What are we thinking? I think
I'm not a dessert
already
guy.
got that covered.
You got the dessert guy. I'm the savory guy.
Am I going
No
with the
sweets here.
I think I'm going with the. I'm gonna mix. So it's a
McFlurry.
McFlurry. Sorry,
That's what I was gonna pick.
my
Son of a
friend
bitch.
my friend group calls it a Flick Murray because we like to reverse the words, and now I don't know that's it's actually called.
Very creative.
So like,
You
so
can
I
always
really
fall
messed it
back
up.
on everything at McDonald's is mix something.
There you
Yeah.
go. But yeah, that's where I'm at. It would have to be the M&M one because that's key for me.
I mean, that one's good.
Fantastic.
I got mine all solved. I think what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Shake Shack and you're gonna get the Smoke Shack, but
That's
but
a
with spicy
burger.
sauce. All right, yeah, the burger. But you want it to be spicy, so you're gonna take that. You're gonna drive over to Chick-fil-A. You're gonna get the spicy Chick-fil-A sandwich. Remove the bottom bun and stack it together to make one sandwich.
So you're doing you're doing an epic McGangbang.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. See, I was hesitant to bring up the past, but I never grew out of those. I think they're great. But but yeah, I'm gonna do that, but with choice meats, you know. And then, you get it. Yeah, the best you could find. And then you get a McFlurry. You know, you could put what you want in there. Probably M&Ms, Oreos, maybe. And you know, go with the waffle fries from Chick-fil-A too, because they're great.
They are great.
Wow.
Or animal fries from In-N-Out, which I've never had, but everybody raves about them. So you know what? I'm gonna say animal fries as a side.
I mean,
do they look
they
like?
are the superior version.
What do they look like? Like animal
Is
crackers?
it like no?
fries?
Don't they have like pickles and meat and a bunch of sauces and stuff and
Yep.
Yeah,
bacon?
it's their animal sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
sounds
that's what I'm gonna say. I've
fantastic.
never had it, but it's
I-
probably great. So animal fries.
I'm honestly surprised though that currently no one has said the Arby's curly fries. Like, that's-
I do love Arby's curly fries. I love a beef and cheddar too.
Oh,
But the waffle
Arby's.
fries, are just iconic. Like
I've never had-
Chick-fil-A waffle fries.
I've
are
never
so
had
good.
the Chick-fil-A waffle fries.
Oh, they're great.
And I
that's so
think it's
good.
because I've been vegan before we even got a Chick-fil-A in the area. So I you know, why would I go to a Chick-fil-A? But now I have a
For the
reason
waffle fries.
to go
Yeah.
and try
Come
the
on.
waffle fries.
Oh, they're great.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Retweet.
You have to be a well-traveled potato man. You can't be comfortable in those
Yeah,
in your
so what kind?
confines.
So Matt, what kind of
The meal.
fast food potato fiesta are you doing?
See, this is
Yeah,
I'm
are you doing
thinking-
fiesta potatoes from Taco Bell.
Ooh.
I'd never tried that. But I'm thinking, yeah. Well, here's the
Yeah.
thing.
Potato
I'm
from-
thinking some hash browns at Mickey D's. I would definitely
Ooh.
start off
Oh,
with a
yeah.
couple hash browns, okay?
Mhm. Good
Now,
choice.
this is my personal favorite, but I'm going to make a stop over at BK after I get these hash browns. Listen, I'm going to get an order of fries there too, but I'm really just there for their buffalo sauce because BK's buffalo sauce
You guys
is
are buffalo.
scrumptious.
Mm.
All right. Once we go, we get the buffalo sauce. We're making a stop over at Taco Bell. We're going to get some veggie tacos. Come on.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Not
and
bad.
maybe a nice what's that soda they got out of the dispenser there?
Baja Blast.
Baja Blast. We're
There
gonna
you
get
go.
the Baja Blast. But you know what?
Mm.
I gotta go back and make a stop over at Wendy's because they got a nice baked potato that they cook. It's like a fucking
They have
monster
a
sized
very-
baked
very
potato.
famous baked potato.
Wow.
And that's pretty much like what I would do. Like it's
Just potatoes.
So
You can get an Impossible Whopper at Burger King.
oh yeah, shit. Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, shit.
Ah.
have you tried their
Damn.
the Taco Bell Fiesta potato taco though with like
No,
their spice?
so what-
It's so
Get
good.
out.
My
Dude,
wife.
It's on their dollar menu.
Get out. Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Jenks, I was
It's
thinking
like
you
they,
could.
they have like their like kind of spicy-ish chipotle type sauce, and then it's
That's
just
right up.
it's just a taco. It's soft shell taco, but it's got their Fiesta potatoes instead of
That's
meat.
that's incredible.
There
That's
you go.
Great.
That's
That
what
was
the
made for
nacho
me.
fries too.
Mm.
Nacho fries
Yeah,
are
their
good.
nacho fries are killer as well.
I thought you were gonna
Yeah.
use the McDonald's hash browns as your bun and make a potato
Oh!
sandwich.
Oh,
Potato
man.
sandwich.
Yo.
Oh, now we're getting crafty.
We
Here.
just invented something. This is invented here. You heard
Put
it
the
here first.
McDonald's hash brown on an Impossible Whopper. There you
I
go.
think I need to start a new. I think I need to start a new franchise.
That's it.
And it's
Potatoes.
just called,
It's gonna be
it's just
potato-
called other
potatoes.
people's shit, you know.
Yeah. You just go on and buy potatoes at other restaurants and selling them.
Yes.
Selling them as his own, you know.
It'd be a big hit.
Yeah.
You name it something different, but all the colors are the same. The restaurants it came from.
Yeah.
All right. So my computer is so close to dying here. So we're gonna hop into the newly seasoned rapid fire questions.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
Oh, yes.
while I have it. All right.
So,
You guys ready? So you're just gonna same as last time. You're just gonna speak from the heart. You're gonna shoot from the hip.
All
Just
right.
go
Do
for
it.
it.
Perfect.
Yes.
All right. Monster Energy or nothing.
Monster.
Nothing.
Monster Energy.
The fair.
Oh, I was thinking we were electing people. I just froze up. Oh my God. I'm gonna say nothing.
Yeah. See, it's some people like energy drinks, some people don't.
Mhm.
I
Some
love
people
energy
like-
drinks. I just don't like
Scrumptious.
Monster.
I love Monster's my favorite. The white Monster. Ooh.
That's
I
good.
take Monster over nothing for sure.
Mm.
Fair. Pop punk or emo.
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 This is a tough one. I think this is a tough one. This pulls at my heartstrings a little bit. Taylor Swift or John Mayer.
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
John Mayer.
John Mayer.
First people of the season to pick a John Mayer.
I'm gonna have to answer to my girlfriend for that.
Yeah, I'm telling Hannah, you're screwed.
Really appreciate that.
Skinny jeans or baggy pants?
Skinny jeans.
Skinny
Skinny
jeans.
Disney Plus or Netflix?
Netflix.
Disney
Netflix.
Plus. Oh.
Oh,
Loser.
Oh, my bad.
Stuffed crust or deep dish pizza?
Stuffed crust.
Stuffed crust.
Deep dish.
crust.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Oh.
Vans or Chuck Taylors?
Man.
Hands.
Hands.
Hey, Brandon's on. the same
Come
page
on.
as us.
I'm back on. I'm back on.
The All-American Rejects or the Offspring?
All American
All-American
Rejects.
All
Rejects.
American rejects, yeah.
All right.
I
Now,
won't back down.
This is the last question. Well, before we're having y'all sing somebody's like jingle. You know, we're doing jingles for all.
Oh my God.
We're
Yeah.
scrapping
Yes,
jingles.
easily.
Getting out of here. No more jingles. This time we're gonna do a little game of finish the lyric.
Okay.
Any one of you can pop it. This is should be pretty. I think you got this. I'm drunk off your kiss for another night in a row.
Oh, shit.
First one, I think this will be easy.
I don't think I know it.
Shit, I don't know.
I don't know it.
Brandon's the lyric guy. Come on,
Yeah,
Brandon.
that's
Let's
I
go,
got
buddy.
nothing. I'm drawing a blank.
See, when Matt wrote this, I figured he was going to go with like a chorus lyric or something a little bit
All right.
easier.
Like, I don't know it.
I don't know it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll even sing it. Let's see if you can get it that way. All right.
Yeah.
I'm drunk off your kiss for
Another night in a row isn't becoming too routine for me. Yeah, it's
Oh,
newfound
there it is.
glory. But as soon as you
Oh,
sang
yeah,
it, then I
Dalton.
got it. It took a
Dugan
second.
knows.
I can get. See, that's
Nice.
what I mean. The lyrics don't come to me until I hear the music.
Dalton, that's my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
because Matt was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do Newfound Glory. We'll do this." So I was like, "Oh, yeah. I mean, that'll be really easy." And then I looked at it. I'm like, "This ain't gonna be that easy."
That's the thing is like I need the music with it. If I could hear the music, I'm like, bam, I got it. I know it.
Yep.
But like when I'm just hearing the lyrics, I'm like, oh god, what the hell?
But you still got it. You know, you got
Yeah.
it.
I was going to
You're
kiss the
done.
girl. I'm like, is that going to be it?
In my defense, you guys were like just coming in as I was writing it down, so I was like,
Right.
well, I'm just gonna copy the first thing I see.
It's fair because like we're doing it, and then he's like, "Oh shit, we didn't switch up the finish this lyric from the last one." I was like, "Oh, thanks for catching that." And he's like, "Yeah. Oh, someone's here." It's like, "Oh shit." But that's it. You did it.
We
You
did
finished
it.
the
There we go.
podcast.
Way to go, Dalton. We're proud of you.
I did it.
Only
I
Dalton.
did it.
Proud of you. Now all that's left, you know, let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you, and what's next.
Yeah. Hi, we're the Maguas from Scranton, Pennsylvania. You can find some of us there.
Not all of us, though.
Yeah, not all of us.
No.
You can find us on all social media platforms at the Maguas, TheMaguas. We're on TikTok, Twitter, X, or whatever you want to call it. Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. We just released our latest record, Settled. You can find that available on vinyl at CI Records or at themaguas.com. Where can you find us live next? Great question. On March 1st, we do have some other things in the works that we'll be announcing shortly, but March 1st, you'll see us. We'll be playing for Escape the Fate in our hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania. Very excited about that. You can also catch us at the end of April in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, opening for Arm's Length at the Launch Music Conference.
Huge. That's huge.
Very excited. Very excited.
We're so stoked.
That's awesome. So stoked for you.
Oh, thanks, brother.
Thank you. Yeah, we really appreciate it. We're very excited.
Heck yeah. Well, that's it. I'm sad it's over. I don't have any more questions for you guys. I'm sorry.
We'll have to come back on. Then you can have more. Yeah.
That's it.
We're gonna eat. That's what are we eating when we come back?
Microwave.
I don't know.
That's it.
Corned beef hash.
Yeah.
That's it.
We'll be back with you.
Well,
This is perfect timing because my sausage gravy is almost done and my chocolate chips are frozen, so it's gonna be a great night for me. guys.
next time y'all on the show, we're screwing. We're saying fuck it with all formats, and we're just doing a weird.
We're just eating.
It's not even gonna be a tell-all. It's gonna be an eat-all.
Like a mukbang. Just eating weird shit.
There you go.
It's gonna be us eating weird shit.
No one
Just
talks.
bringing
Just
one weird thing to the table.
Yes.
There we go.
Perfect,
Pop Punk
perfect.
and the Pennsylvania boys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what I think we'll have to do is we'll have to meet somewhere in the middle and just
Mhm.
and film this.
There we
Yeah.
go.
That would be
It'll just
sick.
be
Yeah.
Well, it's in the
It'll
middle
be
of
chaos.
Minnesota and Pennsylvania. What are we meeting in Ohio or something like that?
I
yeah,
guess.
something like that.
Yeah.
It'll be we'll have to get some, chili spaghetti or whatever they got there.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Sure. Yeah.
Speaking of weird food shit, huh?
Yeah.
All right, that's it. The rest of y'all listening, hang out with me and Matt. We're gonna hop into the Unsigned Pop Punk News, and you're gonna hear that coming after this jingle. Computer's going, so we got to be fast with this. This is my Tonight Show pencil.
When you had that pencil, I thought they were talking about French fries, and I thought you had lifted that pencil up right as he said French fry, and I thought you had a French fry in your hand.
I just it's my talk show pencil, like they all talk show hosts always have a pencil like they're tapping on stuff.
I just have fidget things that I fidget with constantly below.
Yeah, I fidget with whatever is like within reach, and it was a pencil. So, what's up, friends? It's the Unsigned Pop Punk News. It was awesome having the Maguas back. They're always super, super fun, and we're so happy and thankful to have had them back. But yeah, so new year, new you. If you have new accounts, I guess follow with all accounts, all of our stuff on social media. Join us. These are some free things that you can do to support Unsigned Pop Punk, and all that is every account you've got, every one of them. Follow us on every social media. If you have multiple Instagrams, follow us on all Instagram accounts. Why not?
Why not?
It's free and it helps us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, Matt?
Why don't you?
Yeah, totally. No, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of free things you can do. We have, if you go to our unsignedpoppunk.com, there is a support section and it gives you a whole bunch of different ways that you can help support us without ever spending a dime. And we love you all for it. So if you've made it this far, though, what can help our podcast grow is if you engage with us on social media, share it, make sure that you are following it on YouTube or whatever podcast service you're listening to this on, and you give it a rating. You know,
5-star
hit us with that 5-star, baby.
5-star.
And let us know what you think.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're always working on new stuff, like our gender equality shirts.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna working on finding a new charity for it.
Yeah. Do you know a charity that supports the LGBTQ? Let us know.
Yeah.
I was like, is there other? I want to make sure I'm supporting everyone because it is about equality and about connection. So we're looking for a charity to give 15% to.
Yeah. So every shirt, every purchase gets 15% sent to a charity. So we're looking for a new charity that we want to work with. So if there's one in a local one, especially in your area, that you would like to see us help, let us know.
Yeah,
that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. And this is the first episode, also, Matt, since the Unsigned Pop Punk Fantasy Football League has ended. And what a year it was!
what a year,
man. We're just talking. I mean, not this episode, but the recording of this episode, because this will be the first one talking about it. And I just wanted to talk about it because I was so stoked on it.
Yeah.
Because we record all of our stuff in advance, obviously. because that's a lot of work to do. So the episodes that you'll hear before this will still have been in the fantasy football season.
We
so
recorded those a month ago.
Won't have been able to talk about it. But right now, this is the first recording we've done since it ended, and we just want to congratulate this year's champions, Felicity. Man, they like the two that went to the championships was the best. It was so awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, every team, every band that was on here was fantastic, and they all played their hearts out. But this was like a Rudy comeback story.
Hell yeah.
Last year's last place band, Linus, made it all the way this year to the championships. And not only was it Linus versus Felicity, both Felicity and Linus it's only the top 6 teams that have a chance to play for the championship. And they were ranked 5th and 6th. They were the last 2. They squeaked in. And those 2 made it to the championship game. And that's just super awesome and exciting. So if you're hearing this now, go congratulate them if you haven't yet, because that's, they'll still love it, and it's awesome.
And they were, I'm looking back at our Instagram, because if you didn't know, we posted weekly updates, and every week they were on our Instagram in the comments. Week 3, they're saying clawing and scratching. They're saying in week 2, they're saying, what did they say in week 2? I'm looking at it right now. It says chipping away. They were consistent, and they did. They did. The boys.
They had a hard go at first. They were like in the bottom tier for a while, and then they just started clawing their way up.
If I know one thing about Felicity, is that they don't give up. They go to Lowe's, and with their boombox or their new one.
They go for it.
Shout out to Felicity.
Shout out to Felicity. So we're talking about support. Other ways you can support. If you're looking and have the means to monetarily support us, we have a whole bunch of merch on our website. If you go to unsignedpoppunk.com, we have a whole bunch of merch. It's cool stuff. You can get the classic tee, which is our main logo, Scully. You get the classic tee. We've got like a metal merch drop, which is freaking sweet. We're always coming up with new ideas, and there's a bunch of stuff on our website. So if you're interested in helping us out, we got coffee mugs. We got the gender equality whole section. There's a bunch of stuff that's on there, and all of that goes back into helping us do this every week and be able to do more for the up and coming bands in the next generation of the scene.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And with that, that's the way the news goes. Thanks again to the fellas in the Maguas for hanging out with us today. As always, thank you to Matt for being my pal. Thank you to all the people that make Unsigned Pop Punk happen, like Lawrence Crow for making all of our designs every week, always killing it. If you need awesome shit made for you and your band or your company or your clothing line, or your company, if you work for like a software company and you need a new logo, hit up Lawrence Crow, because that guy, he's going to make you look flashy, or not flashy if you're looking for something simple. He's going to make you look the way you want to look.
Your softball team will never look greater.
It's true. He made us a basketball jersey. It is on our merch site, and it is slick. It is real slick. And thanks so much to Ross from Electric Kiwi for doing all our website maintenance, creating our website, making like our whole website aesthetic. Combination of Lawrence Crow with his designs and Ross from Electric Kiwi. So if you need an awesome website, hit up Ross at Electric Kiwi. But all of the friends that we've made over these past couple of years now, from bands and to labels to other podcasts and just content creators, everybody that makes Unsigned Pop Punk what it is, we fucking love you and appreciate you. All of just all of you. the people just listening to our playlists, the fans finding new bands. Fucking love you. Do this without all of you, and thank you. Thanks for being 2023 an awesome year, and we're super stoked for 2024.
Hell yeah.
And that's it. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind the scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.